Okay, so the other day I recorded a couple of videos about the benefits of playing to your strengths, and that by playing to your strengths you actually increase your productivity, you increase your job satisfaction and your well-being. So there's huge benefits to playing to your strengths. But what I want to focus on today is your weaknesses. So unfortunately there tends to be a lot of focus on weaknesses. In your one-to-one, your appraisal, you might get asked to focus on the areas for improvement. And also our brains have a tendency to focus on the weaknesses. So even if you get really positive feedback, the one tiny negative piece of feedback that you get will be the thing that your brain focuses on. And so one of the really important things to do is to use your weaknesses less if you can. So I know it would be an ideal world where we don't ever have to do something in relation to our weaknesses, and unfortunately that's not the case. So how do we manage them effectively? So in terms of weaknesses, as I mentioned the other day, we're looking at performance, energy, and how often it's used. So with weaknesses, you're not performing so well when you're carrying out activities in relation to your weaknesses. You're drained of energy when you're doing these activities. And so really you want to be using them less. So how can you do that? Well, one way of doing that is using your own strengths to complement your weaknesses. Another way is looking for a person who has a strength that complements your weakness. So for example, if you're a really courageous person that just, creates a goal and goes for it, it might be good for you to match up with somebody who has a strength of prudence, a strength of looking at the risks, taking a planned approach, and really taking their time over making those big decisions. Because then you can work together to make sure that you've covered everything that you need to, but that you're moving forward and you're progressing. So for the person whose focus is on prudence and not taking risks, they would benefit from your strength of we've planned everything, let's now just give it a go and try it. And you would benefit from their strength of prudence. So match up with other people who have an opposite strength for your weakness. Also, in terms of teams, you can build strengths-based teams. So this is taking the same approach, and it's about bringing a group of people together who've got a combination of strengths to achieve the goal that you're trying to achieve. And the other thing is about not beating yourself up. So in terms of weaknesses, don't set unrealistic expectations of what you can achieve within an area that's a weakness. Instead, focus your energy on the strengths, and particularly those unrealised strengths that you could maybe be using more. So yes, sometimes you have to do something in an area of weakness, but just be realistic about what you can achieve, or get that help and support from other people to enable you to perform better.